Brainstorming is the most widely implemented creativity technique of all time. It was pioneered by this ad executive named Alex Osborne. In a series of best-selling business books in the late 1940s and early 50s, he outlined this technique called brainstorming, which basically there's just one rule to brainstorming, which is don't criticize. Whatever you do in a brainstorming meeting, you cannot criticize the ideas of other people, that all ideas are good ideas. And the assumption behind this is that the imagination is very meek and shy and fragile. And if it's worried about being criticized, it'll just clam up and it won't be able to free associate at all. But the only problem with brainstorming is that it just doesn't work. Psychologists have known this for 60+ years. Study after study has shown that you put people in a room and tell them to brainstorm, they're going to come up with fewer ideas and less original ideas than those same people who might work by themselves. So brainstorming, we become less than the sum of our parts. Now, the reason brainstorming doesn't work returns us to the very first rule of brainstorming, which is thou shalt not criticize. Because as studies by Charlotte Namath have shown, groups that engage in what she calls debate and dissent, where they are encouraged to engage in constructive criticism, they come up with anywhere between 25 to 40% more ideas, and those ideas are rated as much more original. And that's because when we don't criticize each other, when we all just pretend every idea is a good idea, we tend to float on the superficial surface of the imagination. And our free associations, left to their own devices, are not that interesting. So if I ask you to free associate on blue, I can predict with a high degree of accuracy that your first answer will be green, followed by ocean, sky. Then things get a little more complicated, but you may say, Joni Mitchell or Miles Davis or jeans or Smurfs, but nothing too profound or surprising. And that's because our free associations are bound by language, and language is full of cliches. Now, the way we get past those cliches is to engage in criticism. That is what surprises us, that's what invigorates us, that's what wakes us up. It means we're really paying attention to the ideas of other people. It forces us to dig a little bit deeper, and that's when things get interesting.